So, lads, the Indiana Fever went and released the full workout for Caitlin Clark, and it is an interesting watch. So we are going to be doing that right here. That's what we're going to be doing.
You thought she couldn't get much better, and then we all know that Caitlin Clark is a generational talent. She has the insane range, the court vision, the killer instinct, you name it. But this offseason, she's taking things to a whole new level. Coach Stephanie White, who is aware of elite talent when she sees it, has been completely blown away by what Caitlin is bringing to the table. Let's break it down.
Alright guys, we're starting a little TikTok weight room vlog. We're gonna see what we do. Okay, speed. Okay.
She's first tightening her handles. Yes, we've seen the dazzling crossovers and step fox, but this time it's about elite-level control defenders. They thought they had issues before the upcoming season, but now they'll be out here touching earth in an attempt to keep up. And then there's her finishing. Oh, you thought she was just a shooter? No, Caitlin is becoming an expert at finishing through contact, adding more finesse, and making sure no defender can just play her for the three. And let's talk about defense. We all know what happened, but Caitlin Clark has changed. She's not letting any of that negativity slow her down. She's got tunnel vision, and the only thing on her mind is getting even better. The haters were babbling about her defense last season, but guess what? She's been working hard on that end too. She's quicker on her feet, reading lanes like a seasoned vet, and making sure she's as much of a problem on D as she is on offense.
Alright guys, that's our lift. We are strong. Okay, we're actually strong.
Furthermore, if you thought her rookie season was insane, wait until year 2 for more records. Oh, you better believe it. More game-winning performances, and more people joining the Caitlin Clark bandwagon as soon as they know she's him. She will return stronger, quicker, smarter. And Coach Stephanie White is aware that the team may have had a rough season, but the league needs to prepare for this Caitlin Clark. But this is where things get truly serious. Caitlin Clark isn't just getting better, she's obsessed with it. While some players are relaxing during the off-season, Caitlin is working harder than ever in the lab, pushing herself to the limit every day with her trainer. She does endless reps from early morning till late night to ensure that when the WNBA's next season begins, she's releasing something the league has never seen before.
Representing the University of Iowa Hawkeyes, the Collegiate Woman Athlete of the Year, Caitlin Clark.
Let's also discuss how Caitlin Clark is absorbing knowledge from one of the greatest minds in the game, Stephanie White, who has seen some of the best players in the NBA up close and knows exactly what it takes to dominate. You guessed it, Caitlin Clark is using every piece of advice as motivation for her play.
I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day.
White has been breaking down film with her to help her improve her decision-making and make sure her reads are lightning fast. Caitlin is soaking up all of this information like a sponge, learning how to manipulate defenses like a chess master, how to pick her spots even better, and how to set up her teammates in ways that make the entire team deadlier. She isn't just getting better, she's creating the deadliest version of herself, one that is smarter, stronger, and more ruthless. A version that will be a nightmare for every defender who is to line up against her in the upcoming season. You thought last season was crazy, and you thought breaking records and dropping 30-foot bombs as a rookie was something, but that was only a sneak peek. Here's a heads up. Caitlin Clark will be a walking cheat code in the upcoming season, so the league needs to be prepared. Let's talk about how Caitlin Clark differs from some of these elite league players who claim to run women's basketball. While Caitlin has been working out in the lab to get her body in top shape, some of these so-called stars are already dealing with fitness issues. If you thought you could stop Caitlin Clark last season, you better think again. She has been in the lab, she has taken the criticism personally, and now she's coming back for everything: the records, the wins, the trophies. They're going to be exposed if they're dealing with injuries and having gas before the season even begins.
Going right anymore. Like, she looked really uncomfortable last year, I thought, bringing the ball up. She was trying to get to the other side of her head. And she doesn't look nearly as uncomfortable anymore. It's good to see her working on the mid-range game, though. What the hell is that? Like, why is she taking like double steps in the middle? I understand jumping for balance, but why is she taking that double step at the free throw line here? I have absolutely no idea what that drill was.
They claim to be prepared for the season, but are they really? Caitlin Clark is honing every weapon in her arsenal while they are dealing with load management. While they are tending to old injuries and playing damage control, Caitlin is out there managing greatness. And let's face it, some of these players are more concerned with clout than with competition. Rather than working hard to build their basketball legacy, they are pursuing podcast deals, establishing personal brands, and yes, let's talk about it. Even starting with just fans counts if that's how they want to make their money. But when the season begins and they are unable to keep up with Caitlin Clark running circles around them, let's not hear justifications. The difference is that Caitlin Clark is more focused on winning than on taking on side gigs. She isn't seeking to gain notoriety for drama, but rather for scoring 30 points every game and making the defenders look foolish. She is completely focused on what counts most, being the world's finest basketball player, while others are distracted.
You're getting some aerobic fitness in. Good. I need it.
The worst part will be when May arrives. With no lingering ailments, Caitlin Clark will arrive fresh, healthy, and prepared to dominate. Pure, unstoppable basketball prowess without any weariness from chasing side muscles, although some of these so-called superstars will already be having difficulty keeping up with setbacks and making excuses. Here's the warning. Once opening night approaches, we'll be able to tell who worked hard and who coasted the off-season. When the lights are brightest and the season starts, Caitlin Clark is going to make it very clear that she is him, and the rest of the league had better prepare. The fitness issues are not her problem, the distractions are not her concern, and the hate is only fueling her. Caitlin Clark is actively honing her skills with the top basketball minds. She understands that in order to dominate at the next level, she must improve the technical aspects of her game, and she is doing just that by closely collaborating with elite trainers who analyze film and examine every aspect of her play.
Only 3 to shoot. Gonna have to make something happen. Clark through the lane, reverses it in, and beats the shot clock.
Like Caitlin had an opportunity to take the shot, instead drives in, and good job.
She's honing her off-dribble shooting, tightening her handles, and learning how to control defenders like an experienced pro. Not to mention, her defensive skills are also improving. She's picking up the little tips that make good defenders into great ones by using her court awareness and anticipation to become a two-way force. Music, but the Indiana Fever front office went out and brought in veteran players with championship experience and battle-tested pros who know what it takes to win at the highest level, and believe me, that's a game changer. These veterans bring leadership wisdom and an understanding of how to handle the toughest moments in a season. They've played in deep playoff runs. They know how to just handle high-pressure situations, and they're passing that knowledge directly to Caitlin. So, it's not just the coaches helping her take the next step. This is how dynasties begin. When you combine a generational talent like Caitlin Clark with seasoned pros who know how to win, you create a champion culture and build a team that doesn't just hope to be great but expects to be great. And with every practice, drill, and film session, this team is getting closer to becoming a legitimate powerhouse. She's learning from players who have seen it all, who have guarded the best played in the biggest moments, and who know the tricks of the trade. By the start of the new season, it won't just be the Caitlin Clark show. It will be a well-oiled machine with a leader who has the technical know-how, top coaching, and seasoned mentorship to elevate her game to an even more terrifying level. The Indiana Fever AR is currently rebuilding and getting ready to take over. Let's be clear, Caitlin Clark isn't just returning as the same player, she's returning better, more experienced, and more dangerous. Now that she has the ideal combination of coaching and veteran leadership around her, the league needs to be prepared because when the season begins, it won't just be Caitlin Clarkville that has to worry about. It's the entire Indiana Fever squad, who have been built for success. If you thought last season was crazy, you haven't seen anything yet. Are the Indiana Fever going to upend the WNBA? If you're excited for the season, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel here for more updates. Keep checking back.